so many people here for this festive evening. So the first piece that we played was Carol of the Bells. It's also known as the Ukrainian Bell Carol. Fun fact about this one is that the original Ukrainian words, it's actually nothing about Christmas, it's actually about birds. But it has become most well known as Christmas. So let's see. All right, so if our singers could come up, and I'll just, we're gonna do Ring Out Wild Bells next. So we have a larger singing group, but many of them are out with the flu very suddenly. So
we lost him in the war.
So I think
the flu war.
If you want to stand over off of that, because Libby's going to stay over here in a minute. My name is Melissa Richmond. I'm the executive director of the West Claremont Center for Music and the Arts. It's wonderful to have you all here to see some of the students perform, some former students, college students coming back to help at the last minute. Because we've had so many out suddenly with sickness, we adjusted the program a little bit. You'll have the opportunity to sing along. We'll have some things that are Solstice-y, because there isn't exactly solstice music, or, I mean, people have written things more recently, but there isn't necessarily traditional solstice music. But Solstice, this first section you're gonna hear a little bit that's more of that theme, is the longest, darkest night of the year. So that is today. So this is going to be the longest night of the year. This is the night when, oh, we light candles. Can we light some candles while I'm talking? All right. Lights and candles in the darkness, it's a very common theme between solstice. They often will light bonfires. They'll bring the greens in. They're trying to bring in the festivity and the life during this dark time of the year where we feel so dark. Really, and this is also a traditional time of the year where in many different cultures and traditions, it's the new year. So we had that earlier, just a few months ago in the Jewish tradition. Just a little bit after that was Samhain, which is the Celtic tradition, which is the new year. And this actually, the beginning of December is when Advent begins for the liturgical churches, like this church, which is an Episcopal church. And that is when the new year begins. And it's all in the sense of the, like the Episcopal Church, for instance, as well as in Solstice, you're looking at those dark days and you're lighting candles. But that's what a lot of people don't actually realize about this time of year in those traditions, is this is about those dark times of waiting. We think of the 12 days of Christmas, and in the actual liturgical practice, those that come after the day of Christmas. But then we also have Jewish traditions, of course, which Hanukkah is already finished, but where that is about lighting of the menorah, and that is about, I had a note. There was another interesting note. Well, anyway, I'll come back to that because I can't remember what I wanted to say about that. And the wreath in the front, that's an Advent wreath, which is what is lit weekly during the church season for 4 weeks of Advent. All right, so while we finish with that, our first piece with the singing group is a round that we're going to do. We just discovered recently, we've been working with rounds because we're a small group. It's a casual singing group. It's kind of a drop-in. It's just fun. We get together, we sing, and we do a lot of rounds because that works well with small groups of people, as you're going to see 3 of us singing momentarily. So this particular round is Ring Out Wild Bells. It is words by Alfred Lord Tennyson. And the words are very relevant to this time of year. Ring out wild bells to the wild sky, the flying cloud, the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out wild bells and let him die. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Ring happy bells across the snow. The year is dying, let him go. ring out the false, ring in the true. We're gonna do, yeah, you're just gonna do three times through. So first verse twice. Yeah. And yeah, and you're gonna do three. Oh, did I take your music? Here.
Second time through, right?
I'm gonna look on the, please, I think I'm okay. All right. Ring out what bells to the west sky, the flying cloud, the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out wild bells and let him die. Ring out wild bells to the west sky, the flying cloud, the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out wild bells and let him die. Bring out the old, bring in the new. Ring happy bells across the snow. The year is dying, let him go. Ring out the false, ring in the true. I think the next one's gonna be Yes. Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, wait, no, Chris and I are gonna do a little Scottish tune first. So you guys can stand to the side for a moment. I think I took a picture with my iPad, so I think I have to use
Or you can stand over.
Yeah. No, I want to. There we go. Yeah. All right. The next little tune that we're going to do is a lullaby. I thought, what else goes with darkness but sleep? And I mean, there are lullabies that are part of the Christmas tradition, but this is actually just a general part of a Scottish Highlands tune. It's a traditional melody. It was used for a play, I believe, by Sir Walter Scott, and he used some different words, but I'm going to read you, I won't read you the Scottish because my Scottish is a little rough, but, "Oh, hush thee, my baby, thy sire was a knight, thy mother a lady both lovely and bright. The woods and the glens from the towers which we see, they all are belonging, dear baby, to thee. Oh, fear not the bugle, though loudly it blows, it calls but the wardens that guard thy repose. Their bows would be bonded, their blades would be red, ere the step of a foreman draws near to thy bed. Oh, hush thee, my baby, the time soon will come when the sleep shall be broken by trumpet and drum. Then hush thee, my darling, take rest while you may, for strife comes with manhood and wakening with day." Yeah, it just keeps getting cold. Yeah. I'm not playing on it. Okay. All right, so our next, we'll do a carol. It's a little bit of a lesser known carol. It's called In the Bleak Midwinter, chosen because of the bleak midwinter reference. It is a Christmas carol as well. If you know it and would like to sing along, or if you just like to follow along to the words, you can find it in the blue book at 113. And one note about the hymnals is that in the beginning, you'll see letters, or you'll see numbers that have an S before it. Keep going, and you'll get to the ones without an S. Those are the ones you're looking for.
112.
112? Oh, okay, sorry. I hit the wrong one. All right, we're going to do one more sort of interesting, more obscure carol of the season. This one, and you can also, if you'd like to follow along with the words, it's on 114, so just the next page over. This one I originally picked because it's a traditional French folk melody, but this has actually quite a story. It's a story of colonization. This is also called the Huron Carol. So this piece was actually written by a missionary in Ottawa. This is considered Canada's first carol. The missionary was actually writing for the Huron people, so the piece was originally written in their language, and has become a tradition. just like most things that come from that time period and many things since and before, very complicated stories, because it's about evangelizing to traditional people. If you look at the words here, these are not the exact words that were written in the language. I was going to read them, but I don't have them, sorry. But you can see that the language is a little bit stereotypical, but it's still beautiful. And even the people in the First Nations in Canada that are working within this tradition, they, I can't say all of them, but there are definitely people who feel like this is a part of their tradition and they would like to continue it. And so that's one of the reasons I've included it, because even though there are problematic or challenging parts of some of these music, it does kind of tell you the story of the way things evolve. So this is "'Twas in the Moon of Winter Time," or the Huron Carol. All right, now Charlotte is up. We're going to lighten things up a little bit after those two very heavy wintry pieces. But fun fact, the historical Jesus was not born in the winter. So that's kind of these funny juxtapositions of, of these sad winter songs and how dark everything is, and how that actually corresponds with the winter solstice tradition, and how in many traditional settings, and we saw this even more if you saw or heard any of our performance in October of All Hallows and Dia de Muertos, is that themes come together and they put them together in a way that keeps cultures alive. So cultures that are being sort of sidelined or erased, they find ways to survive. And some of these come out in interesting ways. So now we have, so Charlotte, can you tell me, there is something that you really love in the winter. Can you tell me what it is? Her birthday. Charlotte's birthday is next week. So we'll all be wishing you a happy birthday next week, Charlotte. So what are you playing for your first piece, Charlotte? Donkeys love carrots. And Charlotte, what is your second piece called? The inchworm. Awesome job, Charlotte. This is Charlotte's first recital. Yes. All right, Daniel, you're up next. Now, Daniel, do you have any favorite things about winter?
Charlotte's birthday?
Well, it'll be a favorite this year, right? Because you're going on a trip during her birthday? Yeah. So that'll be pretty fun. Anything else? No. What about school vacation? Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. What is your first piece today? Showboat. Showboat. And what's your second piece, Daniel?
Firefly.
Fireflies. So another little bit of light in the darkness, even though it's more of a summery thing. Awesome. This is also Daniel's first recital. All right, we're going to keep things a little bit light for you for a minute here. It's not cracker. We should probably, do you want to go grab another music stand? It's not as long as it seems, but we need another music stand. Yeah. Yeah. This is the old-fashioned way of dealing with many pages. We were going to read off of the iPad, and the pedal's battery is dead. So we're going to go back in time here. Oops. I'll switch sides with you here in a second. And hope that the music does not blow away. It's only 6 pages.
It looks slightly ridiculous.
It's 6 pages. Yeah, you'll get to see us move a little bit to the side as we get towards the end. It'll be worth it. It's freezing cold. He's on the G. We'll be okay. We'll figure it out. The flutes will pick a tap. Yeah, it's okay. Yep, go for it. right. $1 million question. What's next? Everybody's waiting for me to tell you what's next. Oh, Chris is going to play Christmas time.
No.
You're not? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so I'm going to invite the singers back up, and we are going to sing "O Christmas Tree." Now, I believe the words are in your little pamphlet. They're not in the blue book. So if you don't have words, you probably remember them, or it's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to sing the first verse in German. And then if you'd like to join us, you can join us on the first verse in English after we sing through the German. This is, of course, so the Christmas tree is from the German tradition. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later, but basically a lot of traditions were staying alive in Germany because of the difference in the religious structure for where Christmas was concerned. So this is our homage to the Germans who kept some traditions alive and built new ones. All right, now we are going to do a little more singing together. Do people know "Here We Come A-Wassailing"? It's another one of those sort of Christmas carols, but it's a little bit more winter holiday, so that's why we picked that one. Page 15 in your booklet. We'll do all 4 verses.
Okay, because I don't know 3.
Yes, 4 verses. All right. So let's invite Bethany up to do our next pieces. Which piece are you going to play for us first, Bethany?
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Uh-oh. The accompanist says he doesn't know that one. And what's your second piece?
Deck the halls.
Deck the halls.
I don't know that one either. Oh, this is interesting.
Great job. This is Bethany's second recital, and it's her first here with us. All right, next. What's next? All right, Ashton. Now, Ashton is really going to pep us up a little bit. So what piece are you going to play for us, Ashton? Snowflake Rag. Take a bow, take a bow. These things happen to all of us, and that was wonderful. I love the spirit in that, Ashton. Thank you so much. So let's see. The singers can come up. I'm going to change our order just a little bit, singers, and I'm going to, because we will move. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas to in between some of the slower ones. While they're coming and getting set up, I'll tell you just a little bit about the tradition of Christmas as we've come to sort of know it today in the holiday celebrations. So there was often very little time during the Industrial Revolution for workers to take time off for Christmas. And there weren't that many old Christmas traditions that were being kept alive during that time, except in places like Germany, where the Puritans had not removed a lot of those traditions from the common usage. The revival or the re-revival of what we think of as Christmas traditions came from some locations like one was King Albert, Queen Victoria's husband, who came from Germany. So that's where some of those, the Germans keeping traditions alive. That was when he was the one that introduced the Christmas tree to Windsor Castle. They do, sometimes people will say that Charles Dickens invented Christmas, but that's not actually accurate. He just sort of revived it with his masterpiece, A Christmas Carol, which was in 1843. And that is, of course, the story of Scrooge and his existential crisis. And it's a beautiful story no matter what. But this is how Dickens describes the holiday: as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time, the only time I know of in the long calendar of the year when men and women seem by one consent to open their shut-up hearts freely and to think of other people below them as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave and not another race of creatures bound on other journeys. And that was from the Carol philosophy of Dickens' writing. So our next piece that we're going to do is going to be, this is actually not a Christmas song at all. It's John. So this is a really fun round. We usually sing it as "Do You Know the Ghost of John?" But there are Latin words to it. Venite adoremus Dominus, which is all about glorious adoration. It's often associated with Christmas. Dominus in Latin, in liturgical traditions, is often considered God, but if you look at the actual Latin word, it's meant to be sort of that one source of of authority. It's very, it can be a very authoritarian word, but I think of it as the common source. I think that that is a nice sentiment to think this of come and be adoring of those things that we have together in common. Yes, let me make sure. I think yours is here, double check. We're going to do 3 times. Yes, good question. Why don't you do 2? I might do 2 because we're pretty strong on this one. All right. Yeah, you stay on one. So you just play 3 times through. Everybody needs a roadmap. They don't know where they're going. We put this together kind of at the last minute. First time in unison, and then you guys are all in unison, and you and I both. All right, let's do, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, which I think might be in your pamphlets. I'm not sure, but please feel free to sing along. Watch out for the short, fast words. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10, listening once again, with hurricanes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of buffalo boots and a pistol that she doesn't wish she'd already invent. Donna will tell her we'll go for a walk with a local tortoise and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the redwood town, one in the park as well. The sturdy kind that dance and mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your in Dulce. All right, our next piece You're playing, so it's fine. Is is one that we'll just do ourselves. Unfortunately, our basses are not here. Sadly, we did have a couple of parts that we've been working on for a while. We're going to do In Dulce Jubilo, in Sweet Jubilation. Yes, both verses. All right, we are down to our last couple of things. So I would like the audience to help us decide. We're going to do a round at the very end. We're going to see if we can all sing it together. But we have two other Christmas carols, but I want to see if you want a few more Christmas carols or if you're ready for Dona Nobis. So raise your hand if you'd like us to do Silent Night. Oh, all right. And raise your hand if you'd like us to do Angels We Have Heard on High. All right. That's what we're going to do. So Silent Night is first. It is on page 111 in the blue book, or it is also in your small handouts. Oh, actually, I think we're going to do Hark instead of Angels. Because I know what page it is. What? Huh?
It's been a long time.
We've done so much music that he's forgotten that we already did something in the beginning. Right. Yes, 111. All right, so join us. right, a cookie for anyone who can find the number for Angels We Have Heard on High. Because I forgot to write it down. Yes, it's in there, in the blue, 96? Okay, and it's also 96 in the blue book. Also, we all can have cookies because we have cookies at the end. Oh, well. All right. All right. So, yes, so the next thing, the last thing, is going to be 712. We're all going to learn something if you don't already know it. But before we end, I would like to say, yes, we do have some cookies at the end, so please join us for some cookies. We are live streaming, and this is going to be on our YouTube channel. We'll leave it up until probably New Year's. And then if you would like access to it, we'll unlist it, but you can just email us and we can give you access if you'd like to share it with your friends and family. But yay, we are almost through the darkest night and it's gonna get lighter starting tomorrow. So thank you for joining us for this dark day. We're gonna end on hopefully the light that we hope to bring into the world. So this is Dona Nobis Pacem. Maybe the most appropriate thing on our program and any program ever. Dona Nobis Pacem is bring us peace. So we are going to play the tune through for you a couple times. Words are really easy. Dona nobis pacem, dona nobis pacem, dona nobis pacem, dona nobis pacem. But they are in your book on 712. We'll run through, jump in. Actually, let's do it 3 times through, straight through. No, we're not going to do a round. Listen, jump in when you're ready. We'll sing through those 3 times, and then I'll split you all up, and we'll try to do it together in parts. Yay. We used to do this all the time in the past when we used to do a sing-along every year. So I promise you it's pretty successful. All right. You can do it. We can do it. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to sing. So 3 times, jump in whenever you're ready to join us. standing over here by them.
If I don't like that.
Yes. On your feet, please. All right, so you will be the first. You will sing all the way through 3 times. You will be the second. I will give you a signal and you will come in and we will also sing all together 3 times. You will be with them. You will be with us. As long as they don't get you know, you do you.
Yeah.
You do you.
We got this side now.
All right.
We're ready.
And so just so 2 knows, when it says, if you're following them where it says 2, that's where we're going to start at the beginning. All right. 1, 2. Don't know peace, I would love it if all the performers could come up on the stage so we can take a picture. And I'd also like to thank our sponsor, Union Church, who provides us this beautiful space. And if you want more caroling, their Christmas Eve service, where they actually light all the candles in these windows, is on Christmas Eve at 7 p.m. Yes. All right. Very good. Oh, yes, come on.